So, hello everybody, and today I have a very special guest, and I have known her since last 1.5 months now, and she has impressed me so much that I couldn't stop myself from asking her to join me in a podcast because she is so highly motivated and she is super dedicated towards her life, career, her whole routine is so properly set, and in just 1.5 months she has achieved so much in our class that I have become a fan of her. So I couldn't stop her from welcoming her and inviting her here. So her name is Akansha Khanal. So please, Akansha, please tell a little about yourself.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Akansha Khanal. I live in same colony. So from last 1 month I came here, and I have learned many things because of him. He is helping us like a big brother. So yeah, what I have achieved because of him. So I really thank to him.
Thank you so much for saying that. So today we have decided that we will speak a little bit about Harry Potter, as we all know what a magical world it is, and a lot of people are a great fan of it.
Yeah.
So we will just have a little conversation about it, and you people will learn how to speak maybe, and there will be a lot of subtitles here which will help you to understand what mistakes we are doing and how we speak. Okay, so where would you like to start, Akansha?
Okay, so it's not a fixed point. Let's go with the flow.
Of course.
So
How did you get to know about Harry Potter, and what were your earlier perception about the movie?
So earlier I was like Harry Potter. I heard a lot of about Harry Potter, but I have never seen that movie, or I even don't know that there is a novel. The movie is based on novel. So earlier I didn't know anything. I had just heard about it, and I thought, okay, it's a Bollywood kind of stuff, and I don't interest in that because I'm a Bollywood lover. So I didn't watch Hollywood that much. So when he insisted me that. When he gave me that novel in a PDF format, so when I was reading that book, so I'm very curious to know what happens. So every day I'm just reading, and then he provided me the movies also. So it became very fantastic for me that I'm watching movies and then reading the novel. So it's fantastic.
It's magical.
Yeah.
And the music and everything, whenever you hear that music, in the beginning I also used to keep the ringtone of that Harry Potter movie.
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah, so
There are a lot of fans of Harry Potter. Even except me, there are a lot of boys and girls who were like bring up by watching these movies and series. They didn't know about the novel, but they definitely know about the series or the movies that are released. Yeah.
Yes. So beginning from the first part, which is Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone, what should we call it?
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, because in many countries it is Philosopher's Stone, and many countries it is
Earlier I was confused with that someone says the Philosopher's Stone, someone says the another. So I thought the story was the same on that, but yeah, the name was different.
Yes, and there are a few differences also from the book and in the movies.
Yeah, in movies they picked up only important things, but in a novel there is each and everything is in an elaborated form.
Right.
So yeah, I found that difference in movie and in novel.
Yes.
If you watch a movie and then go to novel, then you will imagine all the scenes that you've seen in movie while you are reading.
Right.
So,
and in the very beginning of the movie, you can see that Dumbledore appearing from nowhere, and he's just putting out all the lights from the street. And he's also there is a cat which actually transforms into
Professor McGonagall.
Yes.
So okay, I'm telling you from that perspective that if a kid or if a children, if anybody that don't know about the magical background of anything, so if first they look the movie, so it was like, what happened here, what shit is going here.
Right.
So earlier I was like that, I didn't know what is wand, what is cloak. It's very new for me. I didn't imagine. After watching the movie, then I know that okay, in some circles they are doing this kind of thing, so now we know about it. So yeah.
Yeah, and then when he comes and he drops, he's actually there to drop Harry and to his relative's house. And at that moment, when Hagrid starts crying like a
Crying.
wounded dog,
Yeah, Hagrid is actually very kind-hearted person, you can say.
actually
He looks like a
giant,
giant, but inside his heart was very pure
right,
and
right.
very kind-hearted person.
Yes, actually, his parents, one was a giant and one was a normal human or some other creature. I'm not able to remember properly. That's why he's so huge, giant, and such powerful.
Yeah.
Many of the spells even did not work on him. He's so strong.
Yeah,
from
so
within.
strong, but he never used its strongness in a wrong way. He
Exactly.
always used in a very kind way. So that was something I can attract with him.
Right, right. Actually,
And he supported Harry the most,
right, exactly.
like his parent guardian. Yeah.
Right, right. So actually, he is the first one you can say that who had gone there when he was left alone with the dead bodies of his parents. Harry was left alone. At that point, Hagrid reached there and he picked Harry from
Picked
there, and he
Harry,
was the
yeah.
first one to bring him home. And at the same point, in further movies, you will also see how emotionally attached and bonded they are in further movies.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
beginning, we are not able to understand that so well. Then later on, when Aunt Petunia and her husband, which is Vernon,
Dursley, yeah.
so they are trying to stop Harry from going to that magical world because they have been torturing Harry all these 11 years since the letter came from Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So he has been made to cook, he has been made to take care of Dudley, and whenever they used to go outside, Harry was always kept at someone else's house, their neighbor's house, because they don't even want Harry to be kept in their own house because he will damage something or whatever.
Yeah, they have that fear that he will doing some spells and everything get mashed like that.
Yeah, because in the book it is mentioned that whenever they tried to do something with Harry, it always turned back on them
Turn
because
back.
they wanted to cut the hair of Harry. So at night, Aunt Petunia used to cut his hair randomly. Only she used to leave some part so that the scar on his forehead will be hidden.
Hidden, yeah.
And on the very next day, his hair regrew
Regrew it.
back to normal.
Yeah, it's magic, you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then once there was a cloth that Harry doesn't want to wear, but Aunt Petunia wants him to wear it. So she was trying to put that cloth on Harry, and suddenly that cloth started shrinking
Shrinking
so badly that it
badly.
could not even get inside.
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. Whatever that Harry don't like and he was forced to do. That time maybe the spells work.
Yeah.
And did you means remember that the snake part, the python part?
Exactly. That is one of my favorite part when Dudley actually
Yeah, the
falls inside.
vanishing glass, you can say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, please.
So yeah, so there is a biggest python, you can say, there. So Dudley found that python. He was very curious to know. So he is bothering that python, but python the snake is sleeping. So they thought it may be boats, and he went here and there. Then Harry came, but Harry don't know that he can speak to
Snakes.
yeah, he can speak to snake, and snake can understand him very well. If Harry is talking to the snake, snake can understand. They both chatting with each other. The Dudley sees and he is just doing this and hitting with elbow.
Yes, yes.
And the Harry fell down in the floor, on the floor.
And then because he got angry at that moment so badly, because it was not just a normal push. Dudley actually in the movies it is not shown so brutally.
Yeah.
Books are really brutal if you go through the books. So Harry was actually very hard punched very hardly, and Harry actually fell very badly. After that, he got so angry that when Dudley was actually leaning on the glass, looking inside and watching
Yeah.
the snake, because
He-
snake was now moving his head
Moving,
like
yeah.
that.
But it is very powerful because Dudley is very fat and he has that power, and Harry is very thin. So maybe it impacts a lot.
Yeah, and if I may, Dudley was also a boxer.
Oh,
Maybe that part you must have left.
I don't discovered that,
Okay.
but later I will.
Yes.
Read
So
it
Dudley's favorite punching bag was also Harry.
Yeah, yeah. That part is mentioned there.
Right.
But-
Actually, it is a small glimpse where you can, in the movies also you can see that, and in books also it is mentioned that when they were telling about the photos kept on the mantelpiece above the chimney of their house.
Yeah.
There was a photo of Dudley doing boxing. He was wearing boxing gloves, and he was in some not competition exactly, but he was having that photo of being a boxer.
Okay.
So from that small glimpse, you can understand that Dudley is a boxer.
Yeah, you can say.
Yes. So from there, one more interesting thing about this scene, what I liked is like when boa constrictor, when he was coming out of that vanish, whatever that pit was or that cage.
Yeah.
When he was passing Harry, he said in the books, in the movie it is not shown, but in the books it says amigos
Yeah.
and all that.
Like that in that language.
Yeah,
but
because
in movie it said thank you. Like.
Exactly. In the movie, he did not say anything, did he?
Yeah.
Okay,
he said thank you and then he moved.
Okay.
Then Harry is laughing, and because Dudleys fell down, so their parents were very worried about him.
Exactly.
And Uncle Vernon sees Harry. He was like, sorry.
Yeah.
He was like smiling. So my favorite character was Hermione. I liked her so much. She used her spell like a professional. She even in very small age she was rounding his wand like this, and she's very brilliant student.
Yes.
She came from a Mughal family, but she used all the spells that the pure blooded families.
Not even the pure-blooded families can use. She used to use those spells also.
Even Harry is not able to use those spells very quickly that Hermione did.
Yeah.
She's very brilliant. She's very superb, like in movie.
Exactly.
Whatever situation came, she's just handling by reading books, by searching things. Even Harry and Ron get stuck, but she didn't.
Exactly.
She's managing everything very perfectly.
That is true. And since Hermione, when she was at a very young age, she found out that she is a wizard, and her family also. So, and her family was also supportive towards him. That is the reason she was able to do. I mean, and she was super dedicated also. No doubt.
Very dedicated. Before the Hogwarts, she read many things. She knows many things.
Yeah, and if I may, this is the reason why Hermione is her favorite character, because she is also super dedicated in her life.
Maybe I can link with her.
Exactly. She can connect with
maybe,
her.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm not that much like her, but some of instant I have.
Great. And if you ask me who is my favorite character in the whole movie, like there are two. One is Harry and one is Dumbledore.
Okay,
These two are. I don't know how can I relate with them if I even have those qualities that those people were having, but I still like those.
Yeah. Harry is everyone's favorite.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Because he is the main character.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
And Dumbledore is the most powerful in that universe.
powerful, yeah. And he is powerful yet very calm.
Exactly.
That is his power. That he is not doing anything to show his power.
Exactly.
The same thing, like Voldemort have the same power that Dumbledore had, but he was like showing his power. He want to show himself as a lord, so he was like spend his whole life for doing that, but yet not he is that much powerful. But like Dumbledore is very sincere, very calm. He is not using his power for the bad thing. So because of this character that he have, so he is like, you can say, godfather.
Yeah, actually. And in the further parts of the movie, you will also find him to become like a godfather. Like even after death, he is giving some advice to Harry in the King's Cross that will come later.
Yeah.
So I was coming to the point where one more thing that I liked about this Harry Potter movie is that when they first time went to the bank where Harry was actually having so much gold and silver
Gringotts.
coins, Gringotts, and and his parents have actually stored so much gold and so much money for him to spend the whole life very easily.
I was earlier I was very scared to see the people who were working in Gringotts. There was different creature they
are dwarfs.
They are very small and have the very long nose like me.
No, your nose is nice, but their nose was actually very long, and at this on the second hand they are like
the ear was like this.
Yes.
Very different creature, you can say.
Yes.
Yeah. Earlier I said, oh, they were looking very ugly because we never seen that creature, so it was very new for us.
And they were meant to be ugly.
Yeah.
But the system in that bank and everything that was shown, that alarm system and the train only goes there only.
And the locking system, the locker were very even we don't imagine now.
Yes, exactly.
Very good, very
So
powerful.
they went there and they picked up two things. One was Harry's money and that Sorcerer's Stone, which is not mentioned earlier what it is,
Yeah.
because Hagrid is supposed to keep it a secret. And Arey, I forgot to tell the way Hagrid actually comes to rescue Harry when his family members like Petunia and Vernon are actually taking him away after
Yeah.
receiving the letter from Hogwarts. They don't want Harry to go and learn magic because they are so scared of them.
Yeah.
So there Hagrid actually comes to pick him up. What happens is Vernon actually took Harry and he went inside some ocean where there was a lighthouse where they were sleeping at night.
Yeah.
And it was the 11th birthday of Harry, and at that perfect moment, Hagrid
Hagrid
entered.
came like a giant man, and Dudley was like, "Ooh,
Exactly, he
what
was so scared.
happened?"
Yes.
Even we were also scared at night when something giant came and
It is
like
bashing the door.
bashing and
Yeah,
I can't even explain here that how Dudley was feeling that fear.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrorizing. And after that, Harry got to know that they have been lying about the death of Harry's parents. They
Yeah.
always used to tell Harry that they were dead in some car accident.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Hagrid gets so angry
So
that car
angry.
accident. Those magicians are going to die in a sorry wizards are going to die in car accident.
Yeah, they are not normal. They have more powerful vision.
Exactly, they are wizards. So that is that. So later on, when this all these things happen, then he goes and does all the shopping for his school. That is
Yeah.
also a very exciting part.
Exciting, and also a part I have to mention here, the wand. When he was went to get that means buy that wand, then he tried every wand. So later he came in that wand, that the same wand means brother of the same wand have Voldemort have the same wand.
Exactly.
So the wand man who was selling that, he thought, yeah, he is the one who is came here to fight with him.
Yes, and if I may, I'll just give a little bit more
Yeah,
detail. There was a phoenix bird that gave only two feathers. One feather was in the wand of Voldemort, and the
Yeah.
other was the one Harry is holding right now.
Harry is
in that
holding,
wand.
yeah.
So those were
By
twin.
holding that wand, he is very powerful. Like some rays came in his hair,
Exactly.
and it looked very, very nice. Yeah.
And at that moment, the person, I don't remember the name, but the person who actually was selling the wand, he told that wand selects the owner.
Yeah.
So that means the wand also has its own mind.
Mind.
And this will be shown later on in another movie. I don't want to reveal it, but in the other movie, Harry was once attacked by Voldemort and Harry was unconscious. So the wand saved him
Yeah.
without Harry being conscious.
Yeah.
So it is so powerful. Yes. Then after the wand.
And I want to also, I'm very curious about this question, that we are heard about magic and all, and as I have seen in movie also, that something we can do it with magic without our hard work, you can say. So we just like a kid, we just think that if we learn magic, then everything will be like happen automatically, but it's not, because the witch and wizards who are not in Hogwarts, like living a normal life b- in middle of muggles also. So earlier I was very curious that they know all the spells, so they can give his work. So maybe we are very hard worker, we need to do everything with ourselves, but they have that advantage, they use can their magic, but they are not allowed to use their magic outside the Hogwarts. So yeah.
Until they are major, like until the age of 17, they are not allowed to use magic outside Hogwarts. Yes.
Yeah.
After that, they can. And apart from that, in one movie, in some other part, there was also a scene when Harry actually went, when he goes to Ron's house, and in the kitchen, the dishes were washing itself.
Yeah,
in the
itself,
air.
that was I. Yeah.
So that hard
It
work
was
has been
very.
taken away from them. But even then, they have some other things to do. Like they have to create spells. They have to, like if something misfires, they have to do a lot many other things also.
So they have community.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have. Yes.
They have community been watching that, watching every time that somebody has using the spells outside, because you have know the spells, so it will harm others also.
Right.
Muggle people don't know, so they won't get harm from it.
Right.
So maybe because of, yeah, the community look after him.
Yeah, they used to call it the ministry.
Ministry
Ministry
of
of Magic.
Misuse of magic.
No, the Ministry of Magic.
Magic, okay.
Yeah. They used to stop the misuse, but
Yeah.
the name was the Ministry of
Ministry
Magic.
of
It is like
Magic,
a government
yeah.
of the.
Ron's father is working there.
Yeah, Ron's father is, and he has conducted so many raids in Malfoy's house.
Yeah.
Malfoy is another great character. I mean, in the beginning, he has been shown as a very negative character.
Very negative
But
character.
then the character built up that happens movie after the other, and at the end, when he becomes something good.
Yeah.
Did I just reveal?
Yeah, he has that mind, but he is between a good people influence, so he never go in that path.
Right, right.
And at very early age, he saw that Voldemort is killing everybody when he was in their meeting. So he's very scared. He don't want to go in that path.
Right.
Maybe his soft corner was there.
Right, exactly. And one thing that I loved about Malfoy is that he never wanted to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was just burdened. I mean, on his shoulder there was a responsibility to carry forward the legacy of Malfoys, because the Malfoy is a
Malfoys,
pure blood family and they have been villainish all the time. The dark, what do we call them? Dark eater, dead eaters, something there. Or
Yeah,
the followers of Voldemort are called something,
Death Eaters.
something
I
like
guess,
that.
yeah.
So he was supposed to become that because of the family legacy, but in reality he wanted to be a good.
Yeah, his father was same belonging from his father supporting Voldemort
Right,
from many times. So
And in the first part, you can also see that he tries to become friends with Harry. Yeah, actually Harry. But Harry denied, saying that because actually Ron and other people had already told him that Malfoys are from a villainish family, and the four houses.
yeah, but like how the Draco Malfoy introduced himself. So Harry thought it is very arrogant. So I don't want this
Right,
partner.
right.
And he is enemy of Weasley. So
Yes, actually.
Ron is his good friend. So he don't want Malfoy as his friend.
Right, and one more thing that I was talking about the four houses. So the Slytherin house is supposed to be the most negative of all and the most powerful as well.
Yes, the most powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, so Malfoy was going to get into Draco Malfoy. He was going to get into without even saying, without it goes without saying it. Before that magic hat was placed on his head, before that he knew that he is going to be placed in Slytherin house.
Yeah.
So that pure blood family legacy always keeps on coming there.
Yeah.
So that's why Malfoy had to carry that aura, not aura exactly, that ego, not ego also, you can call it that
At
attitude.
once he was over exaggerated with it.
Right,
He don't want to do, but because the forces forced him to do so.
Exactly.
He is not ready for it, but he was doing. And that time he was very mentally very weak.
Yeah. He did have a friend, which is not shown in the movies, but in the books it is shown. Maybe it is a conspiracy also, I don't know. But Malfoy used to talk to that dead girl inside the washroom.
It's Morning Mortal.
Morning Myrtle, yes.
Morning Mortal. She's a different kind of character. She's just crying every time because she died there.
She died there.
She died there, so yeah.
So, but I think we are giving a lot of reveals of the further movies, but still.
Here we are just
here for the
came
first.
here to talk about the first part, but let's take some context from other parts also.
So, I mean that Malfoy used to go to Morning Myrtle and he used to cry his heart out with her.
Okay, maybe, but it is not shown in movie, and I didn't found in books also. Yeah.
Okay.
I found that she likes Harry.
She was flirting with Harry a little, but it was not like real love or something.
Not real, but I saw that Hermione is her good friend, and Hermione introduced Ron and Harry to Myrtle.
Yeah, and the backstory of that Morning Myrtle. Do you know that Morning Myrtle's real character, like the person who played that character, she was above 35 at the time of that shooting.
But
she doesn't look like.
Yeah, because she has specs and she looked like a girl in that. You don't imagine 35 years old woman playing the character of a girl. Because of makeup, you can say.
Right.
Everything changed.
Yes, so that is that. And then this Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, when we are talking about that, then the Professor Quirrell, the
Yeah,
main villain of this
main
movie.
villain.
But we always, in the whole movie, it is shown that Professor Snape,
Snape,
who
yeah,
is
doing
actually the guardian, not exactly guardian, but who is the one protecting Harry,
protecting Harry from every situation.
mostly created by Quirrell,
Yeah, Quirrell,
Professor
yeah.
Quirrell.
The Quidditch game, did you
Exactly.
remember that?
Yeah.
Hermione and Harry, the three of us, three
Three
of
of them, yeah.
them, yeah, thought that Snape is doing something, but the actual villain was the Quirrell.
Yes.
Because Snape never showed his love for Harry.
Right.
You can say because he loved. Okay, I will.
No, you can say that because
You can find later in parts what was connection between Snape and Harry.
Harry's mother.
Yeah.
And you must have heard this dialogue in the first movie itself that you have your mother's eyes. Harry has his mother's eyes, Lily's eyes.
Yeah, but it is not from Snape. Snape
No,
said this.
Snape doesn't say that,
Yeah.
but
But everyone said that you have your father's face and your mother's eyes.
your father's skills
Skills.
and your mother's eyes, not
Maybe
face.
Harry is looking like his father. I found
Because
it.
of the specs, maybe.
Maybe it's from specs or the face structure. I found that.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
So Snape was trying. Yeah, and as you were talking about the Quidditch match, Snape was continuously enchanting something, like his lips were moving all the
Yeah.
time. And Hermione and Ron observed that and they came to the conclusion that he is doing something.
Yeah.
But later on, when they found out that at the end of the movie, that Quirrell was the one. So I rewinded the movie and I saw it again. Then actually behind Snape, Quirrell was sitting and his lips were actually moving in the
Yeah.
movie. It is shown there.
He is trying to help Harry
Yeah, he's trying
by
to protect. Yes.
enchanting something so that he can be stable.
Right. And one more thing is,
But I have one doubt that how the wound the Snape had in his leg, everyone thought that it may be the dog,
Yeah,
three-headed dog.
yeah, it was the dog.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is done by dog.
It was done by the dog. Actually, Snape went there not to capture the stone, but to protect it. He thought that the troll has entered now,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody is distracted. All the professors are distracted. So he just thought that Quirrell will now take this advantage and he will go inside and try to
Okay.
steal the stone. So he went there to protect the stone, but as soon as he entered, the dog attacked him.
Attacked him.
So
Okay.
he
yeah.
so he understood that the dogs are alert.
Dogs
so
are
Quirrell
alert,
must have
yeah.
not gone inside the
Not
chambers.
gone.
Right? Sorry,
So-
not chambers, but yeah, there.
There is a technique to that can use apply in dog and they become very relaxed
Yeah,
with music.
Right,
You can
exactly.
say yeah. The Quirrell used that technique and then he
which he found from Hagrid. He
Yeah.
actually
Hagrid is like telling everything.
exactly, and then saying, "I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have
Yeah,
said that."
I shouldn't have to say that. Oh my God, he said, and he's a very kind of bhola guy. In Hindi, you can say.
Yes, yes. And that mirror from where the stone was actually at the end, that
Yeah.
mirror actually was something that gave the stone to Harry
Yeah.
because of Dumbledore's magic. Dumbledore actually decided that whoever wants to have that stone, not use it, only he can have it. So Harry got it at the end, and that mirror was called the mirror of Erised.
Erised.
And a very great fact about that is, in that mirror, you will only get a glimpse of whatever you think you want.
Think you want, yeah.
So that is called desire. And when you write Erised backwards, it is desire. So it was a mirror of desire actually,
Desire,
and
yeah.
mirror desire was spelled backwards, Erised, which is a good fact.
So Harry always wanted to see his father and mother. So because maybe it's desire. So he saw there. Ron saw there that he was holding cup, and
Ron saw, yes.
yeah,
saw
Ron is a
holding
head
cup.
boy and he was holding the house
Quidditch-
cup.
Quidditch cup, Quidditch cup, yes.
yeah. So
Yeah, Ron always wanted to become that, and he was so serious about it that he got so conscious and nervous that every time he used to go for auditions, he used to fail.
fail, yeah.
But then later on, Harry, acha, it is again.
Yeah, but Ron character is like because he never get anything new, so he always get the things who was used by his elder brothers. So maybe he don't have that confidence within himself. He was always like a guy who was always like very scared of things. So he's you can find in movie also. He was always like doing this, like very scared at first time. But Hermione was the one who is saying that, "Don't be scared, I'm here."
Yeah. Yes, your favorite character.
Yeah. So this.
Okay. Yeah, this much is good enough, and we really loved this chat with you, Akansha.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm also means Harry Potter is like you didn't
Dream world.
bound in half an hour podcast. It maybe gives you 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes, yes. But if you go and watch Harry Potter, even if you start reading the books, you will get so
Yeah.
crazy about it that you will become a fan. I mean, you can understand that it has been running since last 20-25 years. Still, Harry Potter is
Yeah.
still famous.
Still
And
famous,
there are
yeah.
new series coming on him.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say I'm really grateful, Akansha, that
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, it was our pleasure and honor actually.
It's my also
So, I
pleasure.
mean, you are such a lovely person and you are so helpful. So, really thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
joining
you.
us. So, thank you. And
Welcome.
thank you, fellows. Please like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.